Take the long way home right there with Supertramp. Of course, it's Dan RadioStyle. Hope all you guys are doing great out there. Certainly having a great day myself. All sorts of good things in the works. Oh, yeah, always. Finding common ground. What do we have in common with other people versus what do we not have in common with them? There's a lot of this right now. I kind of got some questions that have come to me, a couple emails. Certainly just things that I'm seeing in general, paying a little more attention to kind of the general vibe of society right now through a few modes when I used to sort of stand back a little more and just kind of watch. Now I'm actually actively looking, just trying to pay attention, trying to get a pulse, right? Trying to get a pulse to see where we're at. And what I'm seeing is some very common behaviors where a lot of us are seeing everything that's wrong with a person, wrong with the situation, wrong with my manifestation, wrong with my SP, wrong with the situation between me and my SP, wrong with my job. And I want to reestablish the one really important thing about this, quote, right and wrong kind of concept, if you will. And I mean in the general sense and sort of what I've just been talking about, good, bad, left, right, up, down. The idea is that contrast don't exist in our life is something that I think so many of us, we forget. We forget that contrast is there for a reason. We forget that contrast is actually a good thing. We forget that having that thing we don't want to experience oftentimes can reaffirm what it is we do want. And that's really what the purpose of the contrast is meant to do. That contrast is meant to drive you to the thing you want. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. This is what I would like to experience. But many of us don't. Oh, no, I don't like that. Or no, that thing about them is not okay. Ooh, no, everything you just said was okay except for that last sentence. Oh, forget it. Everything you said's worthless now. Like, I get, in the court of law, if a defendant is, if anyone's on the stand, how about we do it that way, right? And they swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help them goodness. Right? So help them God. If they tell a lie at any point, one small snippet of their testimony is a lie, and they can catch them in that lie, well, that debunks their entire testimony. And what I'm saying to you is, if they told the truth everywhere except this one place, not that I'm saying lying's okay, but if they told the truth everywhere else except that lie, yeah, they told a lie, but they also told some truths. I think acknowledging and seeing what is good and what is bad and looking at things objectively is a far more helpful situation for us as far as growing, evolving, loving spiritual beings that are in the world. Now, a lot of us are trying to manifest more love in our relationship, more love with our specific person, right? This probably fits for many of you out there. Want more love. I want more love in my situation. But I have this person that I keep arguing with on a regular basis that makes me angry. But it's okay, because when I think of my specific person, I love them, that's fine. But a good chunk of the day, I'm pretty angry because I work with this person. If you've seen this person, if you've seen their cubicle, and if you've seen how filthy they are, by the way, I work from home, so I'm definitely talking about a fictitious person. But if you've seen it, they've got food. They're actually, now I'm thinking of someone specific. They've got stuff all over their desk. They've got pots and pans that are, in disarray and levels of cleanliness. You see all these things, and we instantly kind of focus on that. We kind of lose sight of the things that are good. And in the case of the person that I was talking about, brilliant mind. Brilliant mind. This man was amazing, the way he could break down a process and really look at nuts. I mean, he was just brilliant. He knew the systems backwards and forwards. So, again, yeah, if you looked at it and judged him solely on the display of his desk, oh my God, this man's horrible. No, the reality is he's actually one of my little work buddies for sure, someone I had an enormous amount of respect for, and the guy was just impeccable when it came to what he knew, his intelligence, and if he didn't know, he'd tell you he didn't know. He never tried to pretend. Like, it was amazing. So many of us are in these loving relationships getting in fights about people we work with, getting angry with them, right? Letting that affect our day, and then maybe going home and talking to our specific person, right, about how horrible your day was, right? And all you're doing is talking about it. I get that. It's all you wanted to do is just vent a little, right? But when it happens day after day after day, think about it. That's constant negativity. That's constantly you having a bad day. And I got to hear about it. And I don't want to have a bad day. I like having good days. It's what we're focusing on. What are we taking away with us? What energy are we vibrating at is my point. I hope some of you are following me from there, right? Because we might be thinking good thoughts about our specific person all day long, but if we're spending a majority of the time frustrated, that's your mojo, man. That's where you're at most of the time. That's why one person asked recently about how something kind of horrible, the breakup's happening, nothing's looking good, the end of the world's in sight, and woe is me. And they are wondering, how can I turn this around? What can you do? What advice can you give me? And really the best I can offer at this point is you've got to find something you enjoy. You got to find something that can put a smile on your face, something that can turn this whole frown upside down. A lot of the times we try to focus on all these things that aren't bringing any sort of benefit or joy. We're not focusing on the things that do connect us. We're not focused on the things that are going well. We're not focused on the things that are happening. We're not focused on the coincidences we're getting on a regular basis. We keep going, well, they're not here though. Well, there you go. Now you're kind of putting the handbrake up now. Let's spend more time trying to notice how many of these similarities actually exist between us, between our situations, between what we desire. How many similarities actually exist will surprise you most of the time. There are some hot button negative things, but I think those hot button negative things need to be looked at kind of from a very unique perspective. Sure, someone maybe does that negative thing once in a while. Sure, maybe that person believes that one thing that you just can't understand politically or from a way they just deal with their life, from how they manage the team you're on, whatever. Focus on the things that are. Focus on the things that are working in your life. Focus on the things that are going in the direction you're thinking. Focus on the glass being some portion full. It might be 10% full, might be 50% full, might be 100% full. Focus on the parts of it that are full. From that place, you can continue to progress forward. From that place, you can continue to keep your energy in a more attractive environment. From that place, you can have more abundant thought processes. From that place, you have better relationships with people. From that place, you can generate more love. Anger spews more anger. Love spews more love. We need to find those ways to bridge those gaps. A lot of us, I think, just because of confusion, it's not there's a lot of reasons for it. There's a lot of opinions that are shoved down our throats. Let's try to make our own. Let's try to focus on what is going right. Let's try to focus on what is good about that crazy idea. There might be something. Once all these things kind of happen and come together, we finally have the opportunity to come together as a group, as a people, as a specific person in you. All of this big picture, little picture, it's all very similar. How loving are you being? How attractive a force are you being? Hopefully, these things make a difference. Going out with a really crazy song here. This is Blues Travelers. Good band. I actually grabbed the CD because I thought it had a different song on it, mind you. But I found a song that actually kind of caught my attention. A little crazy. It's an outro, so if you want to bail, feel free. And for those of you that haven't subscribed, by the way, please do. And there's a little bell icon. Click on that, and that'll actually notify you when I have my new videos and all these things. Hopefully you enjoy. Going out with a song called Last Night, I Dreamed. Of course, it's right here on Dan Radio Style.
More like a great big boat drifting off to nowhere. I know that in the end I was waiting on the other side.